prepared, but my wife forbid me to use any song lyrics. So apparently they can do that, Matt. They can forbid us from doing things. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell a little story about a tradition that started in my household. And when Amanda was about 14 years old, I told her, I said, when a boy wants to marry you, he's going to have to come and ask my permission. And she would say, well, how's that going to work? And I said, well, he's going to call me a few days before, maybe a week or so before he wants to propose, and he needs to show up at my house, and we're going to spend the whole day together. We're going to get to know each other. So back in late January of last year, I get a text. Now keep in mind, when I was telling Amanda that texting wasn't really around, so he sent me a text. He's like, "What are you doing this Saturday?" And I knew what was going on immediately, and I said, "Nothing. Be here at noon." That was it. No LOL, smiley face. Be here at noon, and we were done talking. So that Saturday came. Matt showed up at 12:05. He came in and I said, "Matt, you're not starting on a very good foot." He goes, "I know, I sped all the way here. I really did not want to be late." I said, "Well, we'll try to get past that." So I told Matt, I said, "I have 2 rules for today. The first rule is that you are not allowed to ask me the question until I'm ready." Because I wanted, as far as Matt was concerned, Matt had lied to Amanda. Mike was the alibi. Matt thought he was going to be with me for the next 12 hours. We were going to clean shotguns and go, play golf, do whatever. So I said, the first rule is you can't ask me until I'm ready. I go, the second rule is if you and Amanda have, by some miracle, if I say yes, if they have a daughter, they need to continue this tradition as well, and Matt agreed. So off we went. So the first stop that we went to Fred Meyer, and Matt was like, what are we doing? So we walk into Fred Meyer, we go up to the jeweler, and I say, this young man would like to marry my daughter, and apparently he doesn't have a watch that keeps very good time. So I think he needs a watch. And I told her what the budget was, and I walked away, and what Matt didn't realize this was kind of a test, and he picked up some really terrible swatches. But he ended up picking up a very nice watch, and Amanda to this day teases Matt and calls it his engagement watch. That's so nice, Amanda. So the next stop after that is we went to a bar, and we had lunch, had a couple of drinks, and Matt was telling me about a couple ideas he had about how he wanted to propose to Amanda. They were all very nice, and then the only thing I thought was a little strange is he's like, after I propose, then we're going to go to a movie. And I'm like, no. I'm like, that's the end of the night. The proposal, the crying, the calling. I'm like, you don't end with a movie after the proposal. So Matt did a great job with that. But we talked about his job, his future, what his intentions were, and after that we went straight home. If I didn't like Matt, we would have spent about 12 hours together, really getting to know each other. But I really did like Matt. So as soon as we walked in the door, we got home. I put my arm around my wife and I said, "Now I'm ready for you to ask the question." I wanted Kim to be there for the question. So Matt goes.